Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Making a Pokemon Save Editor in C. I think this is actually part 20 now, which is really cool. So we have made some very good progress in the grand scheme of things. What we were working on recently is the ability to just kind of fabricate a brand new Pokemon from scratch. So we have kind of all of the data structures and everything set up to accommodate Pokemon. But what we're doing now is we have this crazy long function signature here, but what it does is it initializes Pokemon data for us. Since the previous part, I have made some changes. I actually think they're the outstanding changes here. So let's find the differences. Okay, so the first thing is I actually moved creating a random unsigned 32 into a function. The reason I did that is because calling random like this, I believe, gives you a signed number. So there's one bit in that number which is not used, but we actually want an unsigned number. So I think this function works. I haven't tested it properly. But we basically, we have a global variable here called random initialized, and this starts as 0. It's not const, but this is basically a check. Have we actually initialized the random number generator? So if we haven't, initialize it with the current time and then set that to 1. So if we call this function again, we're not reinitializing the random number generator every time. And then we just grab a random value. We call mod16 on that value, and then the remainder is what's placed as kind of the first number in the bits. Does that make sense? I don't know. I wrote this really late at night the other day, and it kind of made sense in my head. I think it's gonna work. I did do some sandbox testing. I think it was this one, RND. So so this program, I might need to find it. So it's in here. I actually think it's my a.out. Yeah. So this prints the result of the modulo of the the modulo function. So here it's 9, and then it has stitched it onto the number. So you've got 10 here, which is the A, 10, which is the A, 2, 2, 0, 0, 5, 5. And these are now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm pretty sure we've done it. And, we've declared it as an unsigned long. So it's the same principle in our editor. So, in our program. So I think it's going to work. I could be wrong. What else did I do? So I added support for contest. This is how I'm using the random values. So we get a random U32 for the personality value, and then pretty much same as before. We just say if you want a random OTID, then just take a random value. Otherwise, use the OTID that's been passed in. I believe it's the OTID that has a secret, a hidden secret ID. So I guess this is another method that the game uses to kind of deter you from being able to hack in Pokemon. It basically says that there's like kind of hidden bytes in your OTID, so you're not really supposed to know what it is. I think you can infer it from a Pokemon that you own. But if you're fabricating stuff from scratch, these bytes, I mean, they can be random, but they will be whatever. I don't know. I don't think that made sense, but it makes sense in my head, so it's okay. It's been a long week. And yeah, I just added the contest stats as well. So whatever values you set for, beauty, coolness, cuteness, whatever, they all get added here. And should be good. I think Pokerus, things like that, we have already done. So yeah, we've set up our Pokemon data. I believe now, actually, pretty much everything is done. We just need to be able to write the inner data back to the Pokemon that has been passed in here. So, are we setting species? Okay, we are. Yeah, so after these misc flags is dealing with the Pokemon data. But luckily, we have a function for that called init inner data. So this takes in the data type that we've been building, and then the Pokemon that we want to write that to, and then it will write in the specific order based on the data kind of substructure order of that Pokemon. So this is really handy because we can call this function init inner data, and we take a pointer to our Pokemon data, and then the Pokemon itself that we want to write to, and that should be it. So we still have a lot of to-dos and things like that. Although actually, okay, we've written it. We now need to encrypt it as well. I guess we can do that in this function. Sure. So let's do Pokemon encrypt, decrypt inner data, and this takes a source. Okay, this takes a source data type, and then a destination kind of buffer that we write that to. So that's a little bit. That's a little bit annoying because init inner data writes to the Pokemon, and this takes separate. Literally just like Pokemon data type buffers, I guess. So we can create a new one. This is a little bit like not great. But let's do it. So Pokemon data type buff is just an empty one. Why not? In fact, let's fill it with zeros if we can do that. Or actually, let's leave it empty. So that's going to be our destination. So the source is actually p data. Actually, just p data like that. Because we've written the inner data to p, so we want to take it out again, and we want to write it to buff. And we also need the decryption key as well, so that is a UINT32. Although actually, where does this shortcut come from? I've been seeing that a lot lately, and it's kind of nice because there's less characters than UINT32, but let's just stick with that for the moment. Let's call this key, and then let's do pkm and get inner data decryption key, and this takes in our Pokemon and gives us a value. So we can just use key there. So then we need to write buff to Pokemon again, but we know that buff is in the correct order because we've read it from inner data, which sorts the order for us. So this isn't the greatest way of doing things. It can probably be changed around a bit, but I think this works for now. So then all we can do is just say memcopy, isn't it dest first? Yeah, so the destination is actually p data, or rather the location of p data. In fact, this should really be p data as well, possibly. Oh, sorry, that's being converted to a... Oh, actually, no, this is fine. I just need to have a explicit cast here, like that. So then we want to memcopy 2 p data from buff, and we want I guess it would be the size of buff, but I really would like to have some kind of constant values for how big things are. Because I know that it's 48 bytes, but I haven't actually declared that anywhere. So let's just do size of... I think we can just do size of buff like that, and it should be fine. So then that's actually it. I think we are done by this point. So we initialize the inner data in the right order. We create a separate buffer. We grab our decryption key. We decrypt the Pokemon's data. Or sorry, we encrypt the Pokemon's data to buff, and then we write buff back to the Pokemon. So I believe that is fine. So when I try and build this, I actually have a few issues. It complains about conflicting types, and our extensive use of memcopy, we always know, has been producing warnings, which we'll deal with eventually. But I think our conflicting types is because we need to update the header file, probably because we've added a whole bunch of stuff in here. Yeah, so this signature completely just does not match, so let's put that in our header and then do that, and then we can get rid of all of our consts as well. So we'll just replace the word const with nothing in that selection, and that should be fine. Let's see if it builds. It does not. Okay. So here's our error, which is saying that we have an incomplete element type in moves. So I was trying to do an array of enum values here, and I guess we can't do that. So this is probably worth Googling. I have made a few changes behind the scenes as well. So I'm now using LibreWolf as my main browser. There's not much difference there from what I was using before, which was Brave. And also the music is coming from the mod archive, so it's all kind of chiptune stuff now. And I've just got a little script that can play files from the snapshot that I've downloaded. It works quite nicely. There's some quirky sound effects. Yeah. Fun times. So what I want to Google here, so array has incomplete element type enum, so incomplete element type enum. So let's see what the internet says about this. Okay, because I've not accessed this website before, so there we go. Right, so what have I gotten wrong in how I pass struct to the function? So this one is saying that they, I guess, graph node, yeah. Do they have an array of graph nodes that they're trying to pass into the function? I mean, really, these can be... So is it not the fact that it's an enum, maybe? I mean, I don't have a two-dimensional array. I do wonder if moves can be just the underlying type, which is just an unsigned character, right? Oh, no, it's more than a character. It's 2? Or it's an 8-bit number? Because it goes all the way up to here. Sorry, not 8-bit, 16-bit, I guess. So maybe it can be something like that. Is that better? Oh, I need to change the header to reflect that as well. Try it again. Now we have conflicting types once more. But we shouldn't, because they're now in line. Does it actually tell me what the issue is here? Can I just restart this? Okay, it does say conflicting types again. But I've fixed it, right? Do I just need to copy it again? Or am I... missing something very obvious? Which is... very possible. Does it still say conflicting types? Okay, it does. Tell you what we're going to do is unpack these, similar to what we've done for move bonuses, because we just want to get something working at this point, and we can focus on maybe condensing them later. So I also think these are... well, actually, we can just reference the enum here. So enum moves, move 1, move 2, move 3, move 4, and then we can get rid of those. So this is going to be move 2, move 3, move 4. They are also const. So, in fact, most of these are const once they're passed in. Level is not. So I guess what I can do here is say replace enum with const enum. And that should be fine. Okay, so it's going to say that we aren't using these, which I guess is true. That's because we need to do... we need to swap these out, basically. So this is move 1. Move 2... what the hell? Can you hear that? I'm gonna get copyright struck on that. There's some bizarre tracks in this collection, clearly. So this becomes move 4, not moves 4, move. And we need to do the same change here as well. So move 1, move 2, move 3, and move 4. Hopefully the music is a good volume as well. I think it is. It should be fine. Okay, so we've done that. I guess we can look at bringing that signature up to date again. So let's put that back in there, and we don't need the word const. Cool, and what happens now? Okay, we still have conflicting types. I wonder what the issue actually is. Because this worked before. I don't really get why it's messing up again. Previous declaration is here. So it's saying that the C file doesn't agree with what's in the header. Is it because I need these consts? Surely not. In Pokemon, do we have int types? We do. So it's not that. I feel like I'm missing something very, very, very obvious here. So it's a void, because we're not returning anything. So what's the deal? What's the deal? Also, I hope this text is big enough. I guess I can zoom in one more. What's the deal here? Let's just put it like straight back in. I don't know what I did there. So go to the next. Why did it jump all the way down? I guess because they're contiguous lines. So let me try it one more time, even though the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. Although actually this is probably my clue, right? So the definition of a function in a header file should have an inline specifier. Okay, well that's just because it thinks that we're actually setting it. So if we leave all of the consts in, we still have a problem. Oh, what happened this time? We have a bunch of warnings. Declaration of enum items will not be visible outside of this function. Oh, do we need to say... Pokemon Get Move PP is referenced from Pokemon Init New. So apparently, Get Move PP is not known. Oh, this might be because I have not... Where the heck is that function? So let me actually just look up where... So pkmn get move pp, oh, is in moves.h. Oh, and it's inline, so can we not actually use it? I have included it here. Okay. Let's see, because I was a little bit like, I don't really want to make a C file if I can help it, but if we have to, then that's fine. Maybe that's just what needs to happen. I don't know. I don't really understand this stuff, so... okay, so we don't need an associated header. It's going to be a C file, and we'll just call it csavmoves.c. So this function right here, which is very long, is actually going to go into our new file. I guess here, I think we need to import our header file, don't we? So include csavmoves.h. And I guess we also need int types as well. And it doesn't like this because it thinks it's already defined in the header. So if we get rid of that word, then what we can do here is get rid of all of this stuff because that's not needed. And we can bring this onto one line and probably get rid of the const there. Hopefully. So over in moves, this is the exact same function as before, but this is its actual implementation. So it should be fine now if we try and build. Yeah. So it worked, but we still have a bunch of warnings. Hopefully this won't be a problem. So let's look now at actually modifying main to create the new Pokemon. So let's have the header on the right so we can be reminded of our signature. And then let's try and fill this out. And I'm aware that the camera is covering about 50% of the left-hand side. So I will try and keep that in mind. Cool. Okay. I think actually let me put Pokemon.c here as well, and let me just jump to this function because I think calculate XP, yeah, we're already using, so it doesn't really matter too much. Cool. So let's do create a Pokemon. So I guess we want, let's start with someone simple, like Bulbasaur. And we'll just initialize it to nothing. And then we need to call pkmn init new with a reference to Bulbasaur as our first argument. And then we just need to go through and basically fill in every single argument here. So species is going to be PKMN Bulbasaur. The level, let's just go for 5. Held item, oh, are we not using items in this file? We probably need it, so let's include it. So item, I don't know, what can we give it? Something cool, like an EXP share. Okay, move 1 should be, I don't know, scratch, and then Vine Whip, I guess. Move 1 bonuses, I don't know, let's say 3. Actually, let's have Vine Whip with the bonuses, so let's say 3 there, 0, 0. We also want empty move twice, so that's the 4 moves. These are the PP bonuses, that's all done. This tooltip is so annoying. Can we get rid of it? Or if you're going to show me that, can you at least format it a bit nicer? Let me move my cursor away and maybe that will help. So those are the bonuses. So then we have the EVs. So you can only have a max of 252 in each. So if we know that... Are they... Is grass, water, and fire, are they physical in Gen 3? I don't remember. So I'm like, should we give attack EVs or HP EVs? Does it matter? I don't think it really matters. What I will do actually is put comments in here so we know which is which. So after the 4th, this is now EVs. So this will be HP. Attack, I don't know, let's do 100. And then 0 for all the rest. So special attack. I don't know, let's do 10, because why not? So that was defense. That's special attack. This is special defense. It's funny because I feel like it's actually easier to try and create a level 100, but I want to start simple and then we'll try and make something cool. Okay, and then contest stats. Again, can also just be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I think that needs to be 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pokerus Days. Now, actually, Pokerus Days is how long... Yeah, we've had it for, so let's say 4. Then friendship. I don't know, let's max the friendship. The OT ID. Okay, so I need to find my OT ID from a Pokemon that I know already exists. I guess that happens here. So I need to actually move some of this stuff around. We need to import the loading. So I think that's all of this code here. We actually need to run first, so let me uncomment that. Yes, yeah. So this is our save data. Now we're creating the Pokemon and then we'll get ready to write it back. So somewhere, yeah. So this is the next bit that we need, which is grabbing my OTID from a Pokemon that I know belongs to me, I need to have a section. I also need to find latest block. So I also need to borrow this line here as well. Oh, I also need TI data defined. So I actually think all of this can be placed back in here. Okay, and now we have my OTID. Yeah, so the actual trainer ID that you get here is not the full OTID. The full OTID we can only read from a Pokemon, I believe, so that's fine. So I do have my OT name and a nickname. Let's set a... Ooh, am I doing text encode? I am not. So nickname, unless it assumes nickname is already encoded. We should probably assume nickname is already encoded, I guess. Because we need to... So player name is already encoded, but what we need is a nickname for our Pokemon. So... okay, this takes a... Can we do literals in here? I guess this needs to be... What's the length? The Pokemon nickname length? I think it's like 10, isn't it? I would have known this if I was clever and actually defined these values as constants. It will be in the article, so... Okay, yes, nickname is 10. So we want to write that to pkmn nick encoded. So then our input string... Okay. But what I don't want, though, is the null terminator. So I guess I want to do size of n minus 1, because we don't want to carry the terminator over there. Then our output length, I think, can just be size of pkmn nick encoded, I hope. Okay, it doesn't like this. Why? Size T is... Do you mean Sterlen? Well... Probably I do, but what does Sterlen actually computes the length of the string? Okay, the number of characters that precede the terminating null character. Okay, lovely. That actually works really well. Where is this? String.h? Yes. And do we use string.h? We do. So, yeah, this is great. We can actually just do Sterlen n. And it is a size T, which is wonderful. And then I guess it also doesn't like... Is it complaining about individual things? Size t is implicitly converted to pointer, so it might actually be this one here. So I do wonder what Sterlen says though about maybe we can do something like this. Oh, is text encode asking for a just regular const car? Okay, that should be fine. This is implicitly converted to pointer type const unsigned car. I actually don't think this should be a pointer. I think we can just get away with that. And then this needs to become the address. Oh wait, actually, sorry, no it doesn't, because when we reference it like that, it is pointer. Is it? Okay. I'm going to assume that's okay. So then we can just do... I don't know, dude. Let's just do 10 there. It's still saying... Where were we using text encode before? Because I swear I've never had these warnings before. Okay, so this is car. Size of name, size of new nick. Okay, we don't even need to initialize it, actually. We can just say we've got a new nick. Yeah, so this doesn't need to be initialized at all. And I guess it's not actually const. And how are we referencing it there? Okay, so we don't need the... Yeah, we don't need to say it's a pointer. So name is actually a car with a fixed size. And I'm guessing Sterlen, yeah, is going to need a pointer, so that can also be that. Why? Why? Why are you complaining? What's being converted to? Is it saying that this is being converted to const car? Nothing here is a size ilen olen. Size t is implicitly converted to pointer type. So only one of these two is a size t. I don't know. I don't think I'm clever enough here to figure out what's going on. I really don't see the issue. I mean, this worked previously. I don't remember having the same problem. Size of name. And we can scan into that. I guess though the only difference is that none of them are const. And actually, I guess maybe text. Oh, sorry, it's because of the return value. It's so annoying. Yeah. That, yeah. Let's move past that. That's annoying. Okay, fine. I think that should work. So PKMN nick encoded is what we want for the Pokemon nickname. Let me pull this over a little bit. Okay, yeah, so that's nickname. So after friendship, we have OTID. So that needs to be my OTID. Then PKMN encode nick encoded. Lang en. And the met location, and I guess we need to include that header as well. And then go back to where we were. And let's do something simple like Pallet Town. Oh, hang on, I've messed something up here. OT... Oh, okay, I need my OT name as well, so... Can I grab my OT name? I can, but it's a pointer. Oh, okay, it's asking for a pointer, so let's do my OT name. What? I get rid of the comma. Yeah. Okay, so that should all be fine. We don't need these lines anymore. If this is an initialized Pokemon, I guess then we can write to... So it's TI data Pokemon 1. I wonder if we can do this without memcopy. So Pokemon 1 is a... It is a Pokemon, so... Will it actually let us just write like that? I hope so. And then what do we need to do? So I guess we need to calculate Bulbasaur's checksum and actually assign it. So what does this give us? This gives us the UN16T. Okay, actually maybe this needs to happen inside Pokemon, and I was too eager to delete the to-do comment that I previously had here. Init the... Okay, yeah, or I just missed a step. So once we've initialized the inner data, we actually need to get the checksum value. So let's PKMN calculate checksum on PD. And then after we've done that memcopy, we can just do p checksum equals checksum. And hopefully that should be fine. Yeah, so we don't need to do that here. It's all in our init function. Yeah. What else is there? We then need to calculate the checksum for our section, which we used to do, but we have since lost that. Probably somewhere in our initial commit we're doing that. Yeah. So this is our save checksum calculate, and there it's called team items section. Are we still using that same name? Okay, we are. Yeah. Yeah, team items section. Okay, so that code that we just borrowed here goes there. And then we can write our save data back. So, do I expect this to work first time? I really don't. But let's give it a go. Why not? So let's go to just before we calculate the checksum. And what I might have to do here is just put this on a new screen for a second while I set up the debugger. Although, never mind, because it's actually complaining about initializing const char with an expression of type char. So it's what I've done here is not right. So is text encode looking... Okay, no, it is looking for a const char. Oh, wait, hang on. It's... I mean, this isn't a car. Because it's an expression of type char 10. So what does text encode look for? Okay, yeah, fine. Can we just do like... Actually, maybe it's not string copy. Can we not just assign it like this? Maybe that can actually probably just become size of. We don't need the unsigned as well. You happy now? Yeah. Okay, so let's give this a try. And give it permission to do the things. Okay, so we haven't crashed. That's a good sign. It's encoded our characters. That's also a good sign. So we should have something in our stack now called Bulbasaur. And it has its own personality value, its own OTID. Looks like we've set this stuff properly. This is A, B, C, B, A, and then a bunch of Terminator characters. Its checksum being 0 is not right, but I mean, it looks like Pokemon data block has been written properly. And it actually ends there, so the fact you're seeing that string Bulbasaur, this is somewhere else. Probably the string in our stack, so... Okay. We're not far off. I do think... that this... Well, actually, no, because Pokemon... Well, the personality value is being set properly. Like, very much correct. So why is its checksum empty? Like, that's definitely not right, unless we have an issue with how we're calculating it. Interesting. Maybe we should actually jump into the stack at this point. And see what's going on. So is checksum evaluating to 0 in here? It is. So why is that happening? Initialize a Pokemon data type D according to the derived substructure order of Pokemon P. Okay, and that okay, this relies on the fact that we've already set the personality value. Okay, actually the clue should be the fact that in here, it's only finding, because we're writing to STD error. So the fact that we have, well, first of all, the cursor's not moving up, which that's not great. Although, yeah, so that's our pointer. But PD should not be blank. But it is blank. Why is that blank? Let's go back to where we were. Because we're assigning it. So, yes, we've got a new one here. Because it's in our stack, we can just set kind of by accessor. So really, PD at this point should not be empty. It should have a whole bunch of funky values in here. I mean, it looks like everything else is calculating properly, so that's good. Can we not assign values that way? Do we need to do something like... See, interestingly as well, not even the EVs were being set. And that's not right. So unless something is completely clearing it, I just wonder if maybe we're not setting data inside it properly. So maybe let's replace all of these with oh, whoops. So let's just like convert it to a No, you don't like that? To member of a class which does not overload operator, blah. Then we don't actually need the leading ampersand here. So we can get rid of those. Okay, and maybe it will like this a little bit better. This needs to be a pointer, I believe. Yep, so the data is this block. And then let's sort this one out as well. So pd.e becomes pd arrow e. And likewise here as well. Okay. And then we have a bunch of double pointers, so get rid of those. And no more complaints. Just apart from that things can be made const. So let's give this another try. Okay, and now we have bad access. Yeah. Why exactly? Have I not done I not initialized empty things like that before? I need to use malloc. What's the dealio? Or maybe I need to initialize it actually like with a value. Let's just say 0, I guess? Or FF? Probably 0 is better. No, still bad access. Does it need to be malloced? I wouldn't have thought so because it's local. Like it's in our stack. So weren't we using it in other places? I mean, I'm using it there, but that's because we're straight up making one. Maybe we can try a malloc. Is this how we do it? Oh, no, the cast needs to be outside. And then maybe it will be happy, but I also need to free PD down here, because we're done with it by that point. You all good now? Yeah. Okay, right. So does this actually have values in it now? It doesn't. What the hell? Okay, so why is this happening? I actually think something is maybe clearing PD. I mean, it might be the inner... I mean, does inner data actually... No, it just does mem copy, so it's not. It can't be this that's kind of zeroing it out. I mean, let's go to like the straight up simple after the first like down here while we're still assigning stuff. Let's see if we actually have data by that point. So by the time we're trying to assign friendship, we should already have things like species and what have you set, and you can see that they're there. So if we look at growth, okay, I think Bulbasaur is actually 0, so that's fine. Oh, it should be 1. Oh, everything's off by 1. So we can just put like... No, don't put the comma there. Put it there. So that will fix that problem. But what is zeroing out our Pokemon data then? And I actually think this... we don't need the malloc after all. Could be init EVs. I mean, let's do something that we know gets set, and then we'll just step through everything. So, held item. If we add that to our watches, let's just go to like different kind of breakpoints, or maybe we can we just do step over? So 182, 182, 182, 182. So it's still going. It's all good until we get to a certain point. Okay, yeah, so it is inner data is fucking up. But it shouldn't, because it's only copying data into the original Pokemon. So why is that happening? PD, which is a pointer. So I wonder what our substructure order actually is. I don't think we've called it at all. Because the only thing I wonder, but it doesn't explain why it would clear out Pokemon data type, is do we have an invalid substructure order? But that should be fine. So don't really understand that one. It's also a little bit annoying that we're in the same file and we have to keep scrolling down and around. Have we done this right? So that's a pointer. This we know is a pointer, so I mean we're calling the function correctly. I think we need to just retrace our steps, but actually step into this if we debug again. If we give it another try. So let's go here, and now we want to step into. So this is going to give us O. So if we carry on, hit this breakpoint. So O is EGMA. So let's step over that. So data type here still has data in it. Oh, but hang on, mem copy. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, this is actually creating a new one, like a brand new one. It's actually writing, yeah, 2D from the Pokemon itself. Okay. Okay. This is messy. Yeah. Okay, I now see what's happening. So because our fabricated Bulbasaur has no data, it's writing that back into PD and completely clearing it out. So I think we need to first of all write or maybe we just need a new PD. Why not? I mean, it's 48 bytes, who cares? Although actually no, because it's asking to get it from the Pokemon. So I actually think we need to do P data equals PD. And P data is Pokemon data block. No? Don't like that? Cannot cast via C-style cast. Why not? Whatever. Let's do a mem copy then. So our destination is P data, and we want to copy. I guess that should be and P data, PD, which is a pointer, size of PD, and that should work. Let's just stop there, see. Yeah, maybe this is fine. Let's actually just play on until we get to the next breakpoint. So I don't want to see PD empty still. And actually PD now is the... Is it encrypted? I think the order's just off. But it's still there, so that's fine. Yeah, so really this should be fine. Okay, the malloc can definitely go then. Probably. Let's go back here then. So now we have a fully established Pokemon with a hopefully correct checksum and a whole bunch of encrypted data. Cool. Let's resume our program and close out. And give it a try. And if it doesn't work, we'll debug again next episode and try and figure out what's going on. So if I go to GBA, so we always write to a file called dump.sav. So that is what we're looking for. So let's move dump to pkmnfr.sav, which is the file that gets loaded. And then let's start our game and cross our fingers. Oh, we have messed up. Okay, well, it lets us look at Squirtle at least, but for some reason it's asleep. That's definitely not right. And this guy, yeah, doesn't like it. I wonder why. We'll have to figure that one out another time. I think it's not saying our save data is corrupted, so the save data structure is fine. It's probably how we're initializing this Pokemon, but I'm going to do some stuff probably off of camera, like testing without malloc. I think that was overkill anyway. I don't know why I defaulted to that rather than let's try and find what's clearing out this data. And maybe this function actually just needs a rewrite. Maybe we need to read from or maybe we just need a separate function. Maybe we just need something that's read inner data, like from Pokemon, into a data type, and then we have one that can read from something. I don't know. I'm gonna put my head together. I'm gonna think about this one and probably find a better solution for this that I'm happy with. I'm not gonna fix the problem because that would, I think, take away from the entertainment of these videos, but I just want to tidy this up, and I don't want to have to. I really don't think I need to use malloc here, so I'll try and get rid of that. But yeah, thanks again. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.